All right, welcome back, everyone. I was not planning to stream tonight actually, but it just so happened that I was able to put the baby down fairly early and took care of all the house errands during the day, so I did have some extra time. Before I jump into the stream, though, first and foremost, in case you guys haven't been following the news today, there have been missiles that were launched from Iran. So I just want to wish everyone in the Middle East safety above all else. Hey, 019. I'm not going to speak more on that matter, just aside from that, though. Secondly, if you are a fan of the hip hop game, which I am casually of, there's a lot going on today in that too. So that was a lot of fun, I guess, if you've been following that. Um, the war between, or the beginning of the war, I guess, between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, I guess, and company. So that's kind of interesting to follow. Okay, anyways, enough about the about those two items. I guess we can talk more about the hip hop game if you want. I'm a casual fan, but it just amuses me the last few weeks of catching up, so to speak, in the last what's going on. Hey, Mike, congratulations on your top four finish in your last night's challenge. Hopefully, the crippling fatigue came in handy. Also, shout out to Romario as well for winning the event. So very close to having an all Black Saga Storm finals. Here's the list I'm playing today. I know this deck has done fairly well. Prior to this weekend, the last like 3 weekends or 4 weekends, whatever it is, the last month. I don't. This weekend, I'm gonna omit it for now since it's TBD. Still got another challenge tomorrow to go. I'm not gonna play, obviously. I haven't played a challenge in forever, but actually on that front, I won't be able to play the next two showcase challenges, unfortunately, for personal reasons. Nothing bad, but just as a heads up. So, uh, if you need a list for, well, I'm gonna post a list for next weekend, regardless, since I know the next showcase is next weekend. But if for some reason you need a list, then let me know. What was I gonna say? So yeah, this list has been doing well. I mentioned in a tweet, I'll bring it up, that in the last month, essentially four pilots played this deck, and all four have top eighted. So that's kind of an insane conversion. Let me bring it up where it is. Here we go. Yeah, so four out of four essentially top eighted. That is no longer true as of yesterday, but okay, I makes sense. I'm assuming Max Carini. Oh yeah, he finished in the finals, I believe, losing to Romario on Doomsday. But I didn't want to get complacent, even though the deck had been doing well. Obviously, highlighted by last week's finals win from Curran. In exactly this time slot last week. So I think the next progression for our deck is actually just getting faster because I think the deck is like ultra consistent already. I think it's more consistent than almost any deck in Legacy right now because all the cards do the same thing. Essentially, the play patterns, like all the cards are not all, but most of the cards are like interchangeable. Obviously, Burn is more consistent than our deck, but like they have some other issues they need to address, and also they have no or limited, I should say, agency. Whereas we, I think, can deviate from the game plan if we wanted to. It's just we don't need to. But consistency is good, but I think since we've kind of plateaued in the last month in terms of pushing the boundaries in that area, I kind of wanted to push the deck in terms of speed. So um, about half a year ago, I started playing fast mana, and it was very good. I only went away from it because the stompy matchups felt like they were okay at the time, so it didn't. I wanted to increase the consistency in the deck. Also, at the time we didn't run 8 hierarchs, which in hindsight was a mistake, and I think that increased the consistency in your deck. And I think now we can kind of like stretch the limit boundaries in that on that axis, if that makes sense. I don't want to belabor the point too much. Let's just jam some games, I guess. Long story short, I'm playing more and more free spells, and more fast mana. Like in the main deck, Chrome Mox, and I cut 2 fetch lands, which will sound like heresy considering how many fetch lands I've been playing, for a Mox and a Spirit Guide. This takes a page out of the um, European top 4 list that played the same split of fast mana. They mentioned not wanting 2 Chromox because in case you draw 2, it's a disaster. So that's why the 1-1 split. And then I like the Spear Guide in the sideboard too as just a third fast mana card that can map a lot against a lot of decks. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, I think this is only the second league I've run this configuration. I went 4-1 last night, losing to some strange brew. But the Spirit Guides felt really good, specifically against Delver as a counterspell to Daze while ramping us, or pseudo ramping us because our opponents set back on land, right? And then the Chromox was generally worse than Spirit Guide, but the one time it was good, it was very good. All right, I don't know what this person's on. It feels like they're on like mono red or something. Do I want to keep this? Is like a virtual 6 already with a oof. It top decks kind of well, I guess. We'll try it. I don't love it, but like, it does top deck well. I don't know what opponents are playing for what it's worth. Here are my socials. Alright, I think they're on some kind of like reanimator nonsense. Also, maybe there's just more people gonna play, Storm now because of Mike and Romario's strong performance, right? Let's ramp, I guess. There's an argument to be made to play a Mortuary there, but I think we can wait a turn. Maybe bolt like a dork or something. Sure. No, I'm really glad I played the extra dork, right? They're probably gonna Bowmasters here, the dork. Sure. If they attack, am I gonna block? Probably not, so I better just attack. I don't think they can. That's trash. I don't think they can Murktide me here, so I'm gonna bog following turn. I'm gonna take a gamble, try to essentially stretch the limits, right? I get punished here with fetch land and St. Murktide, but pushing the boundaries. Sure. There's no world. I have to bog here. Argument to be made that we should mull, but I don't like hate our chances here. Okay, so we actually got the value out of the collective. So I don't. In the end, like our hand is like not bad, right? We're just top decking now, and I think we're gonna win that top deck war. Yeah, see, they're losing the race, so that's kind of funny. The good thing is our hand is like very immune to wasteland here. Oh no, yeah, like we're just hoping to top deck. We have drawn pretty poorly for what it's worth. We kind of hope our opponent would just like waste more, use more wasteland or whatever. But all right, I think they might have a bowmasters here, but we'll see. Spear guy doing work. It's all the baubles. We haven't drawn any payoff, which doesn't happen often, but it's awkward when it does. In a deck like our deck typically. Okay, there's the Murktide coming. That's awkward. And they probably have forced backup by now. Okay. I don't think it does anything. Does Reclaimer matter in this matchup at this juncture? So they can bash. We're on a 3 turn clock here. Is this gonna go the distance, I guess? So if we don't take the Reclaimer, what are we going for here? I think we will. Well, let me see. If this is gonna be 4, yeah, it's not. Yeah, let's put this in the graveyard. I don't think we want Reclaimer on this board state. That's actually not a bad top deck. That's actually not a bad top deck. Ugh. Hmm. Okay. I think we take the Ponder. We're on a 2 turn clock now. Why did they attack? They might have. They just F up. I think we just force out the thing right here, right? choice. I have a Chromox as well, Max. Sure. We're playing the top deck game here with our opponent. We'll see how it goes. Smells like they have removal. I feel like they have Bowmasters. Because why would they attack suddenly when they didn't before? Natural order probably just ends the game here. Sure. Interesting. Another Merc and we're dead here, I guess. Sure. So question here is like, I think I have the main phase. They could have Molten Collapse, but I think them drawing Force or some random nonsense here is like scarier. Yeah, let's do that. Oh my god, they have another Force. That's the third Force. All right, we're down a game. That's fine. I still expect to win this match. We kind of flooded out, which doesn't typically happen, but can. We didn't draw any Green Sun, any Natural Order. Well, I guess we drew one Green Sun. I got forced, but all right. I guess we have to do this hard mode. It's kind of embarrassing that we lost. If we lose this Delver matchup, I think this matchup is like extremely good. I think it may have been possible to win that game. Hey, Job. Sure. Care to elaborate? Did I mess up on something and just not realize it? did I mess up on something that and just didn't realize it? It felt like we flooded out, but I could be wrong. We kept a shaky 7, but I don't think that's the reason why we lost. And the reason being is because they actually bolted that oof, which is probably the shakiest card of all. Keep. Question here is like, are we just gonna ramp out two different things? I think there's no need to. Let's see. Sure. We're gonna run this out and then maybe go days, and then we have the spirit guide to pitch. No, I didn't want to give them the ponder back. I think I saved that. Oh, oh my God, we're like miles ahead now. Actually, let's attack first. This is one of the situations where we wish we kind of had a one bowmasters, but I think we shouldn't lose with endurance on the board. Sure. We can play defense, I think. I think we care about that card. Actually, we do. We want that thing to die. So, yeah, we do. I think we want to answer the counterbalance with a shepherd. Just to like make sure we don't like lose to that card randomly. It's annoying more than anything. Sure. It's tough to deal with the endurance. I think we're pretty ahead here. Sure. Yeah. Okay. We're like miles ahead. We're gonna bash for a million here. It's cold here. It doesn't come up often, but every few leagues, excuse me, the shepherd activation matters, and it did there. Oof. I'm gonna keep because I don't think we can afford to mull these kind of hands. Pardia, no, they do that. 1 second. It's pretty cold here. I think that game wasn't won by any individual card, but the ESG definitely pulled us ahead. I think here I'm gonna fetch the force. There's no reason to, excuse me, expose the bayou yet. I think we're gonna bog it. Oh wow, they're missing land drops. I think we're winning this game. It's still early, but we're getting to 4 lands, and we have double removal. There's no reason to run into days here. I could have tried to mill a creature plus evoke. Didn't think that was worth it. See, that would have been 2 and 3. I just think the endurance is just too good. Force of will. I think I don't want to do it now. You got a bowl message for sure. Sure. We know they have a force. Is there any reason to do it now? I think so. Just so they can pitch something they care about. Sure. Their clock is slow, so we'll probably do okay. It feels like we're pretty ahead, but we'll see. Sure. Yep. Where's the other? Oh, we lost the other mortuary. Is the deck thing worth it here compared to the damage? Yeah, let's try it, I guess. We're out of fetchables. Actually, let's do this. Actually, no. I think it's time we hardcast the stuff out. Mm, I know, right? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I think we do it now, just in case. We took an extra 3 damage, but we know we're pretty safe next turn. Um, they brainstorm. They probably have a 1 on top. Okay. There's a cage out though. Possible we were supposed to just hold the reclaimer because we're not on board. Mm, feels like they have a Bowmasters maybe. They did nothing. Let's try it. Cute. Felt like we should have won this game already, but I think the one misplay we had was possible we're supposed to attack with the Spirit Guide the other turn. Might cost us. Mm. I think it might have been correct. Um, Attack with the Spirit Guide. That's a brutal way to lose right now. We're at exactly A2. Jesus Christ. Um, we have to take out the Murktide and get lucky. Actually, I screwed up. There's that, I guess. Whew! Lucky. One good top deck deserves another, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Like, I don't think it should have been this close, but better lucky than good. I was gonna actually almost like thinking about artisan for what's it called? A Gris or something, but then I realized the cage is out, so we can't even do that. Don't Tron me, bro. Sounds like a modern player. Excuse me. Well,
Yeah.
my wife's laughing. I don't love this, but all right. We're cutting a land for sure. This almost feels like a Mortal 5 already, anyways. This is better, I guess. Uh, the ESG actually was pretty good there as a creature, right? Now I regret putting the ESG away. Why are we playing against this? God, feels like lands maybe. I think we might have just lost already. We did 1 of 5. Well, I forget what our opening hand was. Oh, it was just the two Once Upon a Time and an Arbor already. Yeah, I don't think I'm keeping that. And a Mortuary, just a bunch of. This is your Nombo, right? Looks like A's lands. Big regret about keeping, about mulling. Excuse me, about mulling the ESG away. Otherwise, I go like ESG turn one ESG turn one dork, right? Here we're gonna try. We need to hit our line drop, so that's not gonna work. Jesus. All right. We're not playing Magic, I guess. I forgot what we mulled away. Besides the ESG. Anybody remember? It just felt like we're gonna hit at least another land drop, so that's gonna be 5 lands like within the next 4 turns. I don't remember what we bottomed besides the ESG. I feel like it was something irrelevant. Now we're just dead, I think. That's okay. We can do this the hard way, like we did against Delver. Those Delver games, by the way, that we lost, the game one, it does happen from time to time. It doesn't happen often, but every once in a while, like you will flood out because our game plan is typically like we're just gonna make a mana and our top decks are better than theirs, and every once in a while the fail rate of like not hitting any of your payoffs or just your bombs against Delver will happen. I think we're dead this game for what it's worth. This was F6. It's possible we could have kept that 6 card hand. It just felt so slow. Like it felt like a virtual 5 already because, like I said, we have 4 lands and we're bound to draw at least another one. Oh, no, that's game. I actually think so. The funny thing about this lands matchup is I think it was like one of the worst for us, like in 2022, maybe 2 years ago. I think now we're probably slightly favored. We're, we're not playing Magic, I guess. I'm conceding. In the interest of time. Yeah, we're not playing for a while. That's yeah. So like I said, I think this matchup is like slightly in our favor. Obviously, we can't beat their nut hands, but I think our average hand is like better than their average hand. What do we want against them? We don't have much anymore. We used to have like a few better cards. Um, but our sideboard is like geared towards like beating these stompy decks. I added the contagion recently to deal with opposition agent out of mono black, because somehow I played against it 4 times in like 8 matches and like 3 out of 4 at one point. So I don't know what the heck was going on, but I think this is reasonable. Low key, the Fiend Artist is actually kind of bad in this matchup because you never have the mana, but everything else is like really good. Reclaimer is by far the best creature in the matchup. Only because our route to victory typically is through Guy's Cradle. Forces of Despair, Goblins, Initiative. We're keeping this. Goblins, Initiative, Creative Technique. Any stomp. It's really for the stompy matchups. including technique, I guess. Uh, I don't really board it in against um, D and T. It's probably okay against like these God Antique decks too. Yeah, anything with Ancient Tomb basically is good against. What else? Yeah, I don't Ancient Tomb plus I guess these God Antique decks. Probably not. It's like high variance. Also, the black cards in the mirror, I don't want to pitch them. That's the other problem with that. Hey, dude, Jared, how's it going? Feels like a loam is coming. I guess not. I think we might get got here by Marlage. Is the impression I'm getting. Contagion seems kind of nasty in the mirror. So the problem with boarding in the mirror is okay, what am I trying to do here? I probably should have kept the arbor. Actually, yeah, I definitely should have done that. I should have kept the arbor for the pitch and so I can. This is a slight misplay. Might cost me. And more importantly, to surveil. Although, if they had the bone, they probably would have played it, right? But yeah, like Thoughtseize is good, Fiend Artisan is good, Snuff Out is good. Like I don't really want to pitch any of those cards in the mirror. The only card I would pitch is like Atraxa. That's part of the problem with what is it called? That's part of the problem with Grief originally because like I don't really want to pitch Fiend Artisan in a lot of these matchups. Feels like they have a Marit Lage. Like turn one, turn two, no interaction yet. Mm, I'm gonna pass. So here's a cool trick. I want to keep the number of fetchables in my deck. So I'm going to. Uh oh. Interesting that they didn't go for it then. I think they're scared of natural order. They're playing defensively. So they pitched that they technically could have endurance just like plop down here. I think we need to start pressuring though for what it's worth. Let's play it safe. I want to keep all my mana up. Mistake number one from our opponent. It's the old Curin Ranger trick, right? Our cadencing is probably throwing them off too. Like we're taking like random. Interesting. Unfortunately, I can't even save it. That's awkward. Unless I bog myself. I can't. This is like a dead fetch. Okay, sure. I don't think that's going to work against us for what it's worth. We're just going to start dashing now. I think it's okay for what it's worth. Do I want to bog them here? Probably. Actually, no. I don't. Okay, I'm not gonna fetch the arbor, so yeah, let's just bog them here. And then I'm gonna use the other fetch to mortuary. Sure. I think we won this game, to be honest. I think exile our stuff all they want. This is gonna be bin. That's not doing anything this matchup. They shouldn't. I think it's a mistake, but that's not my problem, I guess. I tapped wrong, but I don't think it's really gonna matter. Let's bash them both. I think we're on the triple reclaimer plan. Actually, that doesn't work. I messed up. They're gonna swords. I think a reclaimer. Yep, that's what it's looking like. I think we won this game. I think we're pretty ahead. asterisk though, for what it's worth. Like, why would they bring in surgical? It seems bad. But that's not my problem, I guess. Yeah. All right. I don't think we changed anything. We don't have as many cards as we had like a few months ago against this matchup. Like, I don't really like Fiend Artists in this matchup, but if they don't have Maze, it can be like a 5-5 sometimes. Presumably, they always go for Tabernacle, which is like kind of mid against us. I think Tabernacle is one of those cards that's like good against less experienced players, and it's kind of a trap against somebody who knows the matchup more because your clock is so much slower when you have Tabernacle. The scariest hands, I think, for us are like. I think the scariest hands are the like fast Merit Lage hands. Cause it's to beat those hands. It's not that we can't beat them. The way we beat it is typically doesn't map well against the rest of the format. We have a dead card already. The Phenars is like almost like a second dead card. Well, it's like pretty legit. Yeah, it's like Richard and Port for Cradle, right? My experience is it only really works against like players who are not as familiar with this matchup. Like you can obviously be God by it, but that like I can play through it mostly. Um, do we care? I think we just let that go. Like, what am I doing? Sure. I should have not done that. I don't know why. I think we just let them alone. It's slow, right? They don't have exploration. I think I want turn two Atraxa here. Like they can have their sign in blood. Like I thought about endurancing there, but the problem is like, what do we pitch? I don't want to pitch any of those cards because we mold a 6 already. I kind of want them to sphere here. I don't think we care. They kept their whole slow hand. Sure. Cradle, pick your poison, once upon a time, and probably Reclaimer? Actually, maybe the Fiend. Nah. On this board state, yeah, maybe the Fiend? Actually, no. Let's play it safe. Let's just develop our mana. We can like hit their Mox Diamond here, but I don't think it matters here now. They have Loam. I know it does. Technically, it doesn't really matter outside of sequencing, assuming we draw the same card. That is annoying. Sure. They're gonna Ghost Quarter us here. Oh my god. I cannot believe they had the one of Ghost Quarter in the yard. Ridiculous. Shoot. Uh, sure. So they hit their land drop for turn already. I think they're gonna Swords our Reclaimer here. If they did that. Well, that still doesn't make any sense actually. They should play the Ghost Quarter and just like do it again if they have the Swords. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. I'm just gonna try to hit lands. The Collector Oof is like random, but I can go. There's no point of hitting their Mox. They're just gonna sack their Mox Diamond here. I need to bog them like now. They're probably gonna Ghost Quarter me. Yep. We do have the Endurance. That's pretty good. no need to attack here. Gotta do it now before they loam. What do we lose? We still have the bog in the deck. If we stabilize this game, it's because they had no pressure. We screwed up with the once early, but I don't think we can blame that loss on it because we still ended up natural ordering anyways. Now it's definitely suboptimal because we essentially had a blind card instead of a once for whatever we needed. But we just could have easily just drawn the noble naturally before oncing. Sure. That doesn't do anything. I think we play the fetch here. The arbor is not going to matter, or unlikely to matter. Do we loam here? The problem is if they loam here, then they have cards that they can put into the yard. But then we time walk them. Let's see. We loam here. Yeah, let's just bog them. Sure. Okay, I should not have done that. Maybe I'll allow them to have the time walk. The problem is then they keep doing it and then they get the engine online. There's really no reason to play out the creatures here. Should have fetched it. I know the route to victory. The problem is like we need to draw better. We've already used both our mortuary too, so like it's probably scares our opponent. It may scare our opponent that we just haven't conceded yet. Like that's telling our opponent we have an out. Hmm. Do we care about Saga? I feel like we don't. I think the only way we lose here is Merit Lage. Do we actually care about Saga? I don't think we do. What the heck just happened? Oh, the cruise. All right. Green Sun or Endurance is what we need right now. Speak, Speaking of the devil, actually, this doesn't even work because this doesn't even work because of they can just do it again on their turn. It actually has to be endurance. We can shut off their search though. I don't think artisan is what we want. I think we just get the collective. Might be a needle on reclaimer. This game's taking way too long. Oh, okay. Maybe they boarded it out. That's pretty good. Do we care about the saga? Making a bunch of tokens. It probably scares our opponent. We have like a million cards in hand. We just haven't done anything. Like they probably think we have some kind of answer for Meryl Leech, which is why they haven't gone for it, which we do. Alright, we're gonna take. I don't think we care. Um, Maybe they have a sword. Who the heck knows? Actually, no. That's fine. We're not gonna block. They probably play this chasm here, yeah, out of fear. Oh, I was supposed to thin there, but I didn't. guess chump block time. What are they getting? I think our opponents, the likely scenarios are going to time out. But I could be wrong. Also, at some point, because of chump blocks, very strange time to crop there. Because they had to pay for the thing. Yeah, this is very time intensive. Sure. Sure. Um, oh, yeah, they're surgical again. Sure, I guess. They already played a land drop too. Sure. I think they just cost themselves the game. I know, right? So I'm gonna chump block here. Or not. I'm not gonna pay for it. Pay for itself. Uh, yeah, I gotta pay for that. I'll pass. Just F6. Don't try to grind me out. We never drew it, but like our line was just like with the trigger on the stack. Well, I guess maybe there's no time for it where we'll allow them attack and then we'll just endurance, right? If they get greedy. Excuse me. We have three. Uh, yes. I know. Nope. Oh, I need a tap. No. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I know. Uh, all right, that's game. They just lose. It's the irony of losing to your own tabernacle here. All right, that was a mess of a game, to be honest. Use the restroom. Yeah, Max, you were right about just letting the oof go to get Chrome Mox working. Had the game gone on longer, maybe we lose. I did play tight for sure, but we didn't. We also didn't draw whatever for endurance for forever. The funny thing about this is we're like down essentially two cards already. I think we gotta keep this away. Actually, let's put the in. Well, what card do we want in the deck still? Probably we're gonna probably pitch the endurance. Yeah, let's do that. We're on a mode of five, but I don't think our five is like gonna be better than like this starting hand. It was unfortunate that we had double Cradle opening hand. Uh, I think we do that. The irony or the good thing here is I think this is one of the scenarios where Chrome Mox ended up potentially being better than ESG. If I bolt the reclaimer here. I mean the artisan here. A little bit awkward for sure. That's a lot of the heats recently. I guess it's to answer that one deck. Yeah, I think so. Had that been gone, right? Like we don't have an extra mana source. Like maybe we cast the endurance, I guess, but we would have been down a land. So actually, we would not have. We would have to run the whatever into days there. We would have had to run the what is it called? So this is a nice. Maybe they try to bolt me here. Trigger on the stack, I'm gonna bog them. Actually, we can wait for the bog because they might just bolt one of our things. They, well, we're gonna mortuary next turn. So yeah, I think we want to bog now. That's pretty good. Keep. I was afraid of that, like, for what it's worth. Hmm. Okay. I think the game might have been lost. What did I? I'm trying to think. What did I put back? I think hoof was like one of the cards. I think they're probably rug. There's arguments to be made. Like instead of getting a bog there, I get the thing for more mana. But it didn't matter because we didn't hit anything relevant. I could get a shepherd, so it protects my play, but I think hitting land drops is pretty important at this stage. Actually, if they're on heat, they're probably on rug, not Grixis. Yeah, this is the well, maybe it wouldn't have mattered. I could like bog my opponent here. Now I'm staring down two Delvers. So yeah, should have probably. This digs one deep, but possible I'm supposed to have waited on the bog. This probably gets forced. It's gotta be right. They don't force this, we probably win. Oh my god. Now we're just dead. I think the game was lost when we bogged. That's my fault. My gut told me to wait too, and I didn't listen to it. I don't think we're supposed to have lost that game, but C'est la vie, right? Yeah, I think if I play correctly there, I get the Arbor. They bolt the thing. We have an extra mana. Then we bog on their turn, and their clock is a lot slower. Now, it doesn't mean we get there because I forget how many cards they had left in hand too. Maybe they like play differently and they just with two DRCs there's a decent chance they can hit Delirium again. But it didn't help that we essentially started on Moto 5. Possible if the Chrome Mox is the if the Chrome Mox is a spear guy there, we keep the endurance, right? Maybe that changes the game. This is a slam dunk. Well, not slam dunk. You don't really want two artisans. I'm gonna fetch first because I want to thin. You want the spirit guy or the land? Spirit guy means we're days proof, whatever that's worth. But they know about it. I think, yeah, why not? I think we're gonna hit another land within the next two draws. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. I think it's gonna have Delirium. That's actually an insane draw right now. Snuff that out. Play this through days. It's a must force. Yeah. Sure. I think we'll probably lose if they go like fetch land into Murktide there, but I mean, this is what our hand dictates, right? Did we mull this game? This... No, we didn't. They waste us? Sure. I think I put that in the graveyard. It's a little awkward that our grist is gone already. They, sure. Do we ramp here? They hit our thing. This is like kind of bad. I think we ramp here. Actually, yeah. We just play the top big game. We assume they have removal. Maybe it's a Murktide Regent. It's not bad. Like we're essentially playing the top big game and hoping ours is just better than theirs. Ugh, they do have the Murktide. You got to be kidding me, man. A turn late. Ugh, you gotta be kidding me. I don't think we want them to have like another random Murktide. Oh my god. Here, I think the spear guy actually hurt us. Like, they didn't seem to have days. Like, if we had taken a land instead. Credit to them, they played well though. But, I mean, I feel like we threw this game. Or, sorry, we definitely threw the previous game, but. Alright, now we're just SOL, right? Yeah, it did not. So embarrassing to lose to Delver. So I think here, Shepard's terrible. Put that back. I think had this been an ESG, you go turn one, ramp, ramp. We have like one, two, three permanents out on the play. And if they kill one, we play the artisan. And then we run the fiend artisan into daze, and then have the endurance still. Probably win if the Chromox is a ESG there. Granted, the game plays out very differently, right? Like here now we can cast endurance. Well, here we're they force. So we would have. This is not here. So this is 2, 3, 4 mana. I feel like we. I don't really want to bog. I feel like we just hardcast the endurance. If they go force into Murktide, like it is what it is, right? So I think that kind of maybe settles the argument, like whether we should split or not. I think in this version now, maybe ESG is better. Because we want the cards in hand, in case we do mulligan. Also, we screwed up, for what it's worth, too. Like, we bogged when we should have waited a turn. So there's that. I think here, what the heck happened? We got, it's like pretty reasonable. So we took this. And then we went snuff out into, which I liked a lot. They wasted us here, I believe. So if we had taken a land here, then we'd probably bid that anyways. Here they bolt the artisan and do nothing. We play our own artisan, which I think gets forced. Yeah. Had this been another land, actually the reclaimer is the get here, I think. But it doesn't matter, right? I think they get Murktide here. No. So that was my mistake. I think I'm supposed. So I could have played the reclaimer through the days, right? To prevent the Murktide, they pondered. Maybe we're supposed to just save this. I think when we're. I think when we're trying to hit the ones. It is giant hell. That's fair. But I found myself in games I lose, I make more mistakes. I'll put it that way. So you're not wrong, but at the same time, usually when you lose, you make a mistake, right? So I think that's like a two-part question if you want. So eternally. Yeah. I let's chalk it up a pilot error. That's one of the problems with this deck, right? Like, it might be just too hard to play. I hate losing to Delra. I just feel like I've messed up pretty badly. Ugh. This would be a potential keep otherwise, but it's still pretty shaky. Interesting. Hmm. I think that given their Wasteland deck, I just want to hit lands. Also, if they go Cycle Troll end step into the thing is gonna be too slow anyways. The Reclaimer. Jeez. Okay. This plays through Endurance too. Sure. I don't know what's going on, but I actually don't mind the scam matchup for what it's worth. I don't think they're. I think we're actually pretty favored. They can bash for 7. I don't think we care. We have like 2 turns. We're gonna allow them to waste here because we want to play Cradle anyways. Slightly punished for so funny. We'll go 4, I guess. That's kind of annoying. We have a lot of top decks here. Ugh. I took the land when I could have taken the Reclaimer. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Reclaimer. Then they eat the Endurance and I keep the Gris. That's what I get for playing it safe. How does this pass? Actually, I'm supposed to attack with the Hierarch here. It's a free 2 damage because I'm gonna block with the other 3 anyways. So I'm not playing the best, but that lands matchup was maybe tired too. All right, there we lost. Very winnable game, but I kept the wrong card. Not like I said, not playing the best. Well, that would be results oriented. I think like in hindsight, maybe we're supposed to just high roll. We know they're trying to end step put troll in the yard, so we get the Reclaimer in case their hand is slow. We saw an Archon, so we know they have Entomb. Actually, pick your poisons is probably decent here. They're on Dance of the Dead. What the heck is going on? Like some work over your dragon stuff, maybe. Oh, we just play hard control. I think we board out the Fiend too because don't really want to see that. Um, Maybe just a hoof to go over the top, but I don't think so. Fiend is probably okay. Let's try that. I don't know why they're playing Dance of the Dead. This does not seem good. Entomb, Voidwalker, and Cruelty. Then we take the only card here that actually matters. They're gonna probably Entomb, and then we're gonna Endurance them. In hindsight, maybe we don't board and pick your poison. I don't think we care. It's a little awkward though because this thing can sometimes outrace us, but I don't think in this scenario. Mm. You got to be kidding me. Okay. I think we play this for value now. It's a race. This is one downside of boarding out the hoof. Actually, yeah, that's correct, I think. So they can kill the Gris. It's just annoying, but we're gonna dig here. Do we want this on top? Probably, actually. It's probably better than most of the stuff we have. It's 5 mana. Nice. Actually, the Fiend here is quite good. Hierarchs actually winning this race is hilarious. All right. That was scarier than it needed to be. They can get a Gris, but what are they gonna do? Just like tick up? It doesn't do anything. I think given given how that played out, I think we're just playing safe. We're back to hoof in. I don't want to like randomly lose to that. I think we can board out the Mez Fiend too. I think it's like kind of dangerous. They likely have Bowmasters. What else? I think we want to go with this. Even if they do have Dance of the Dead, like I think we're just trying to stop their combo. This is pretty good. It has protection plus turn one. the hard lock on early. That's so obnoxious. I think we have to let it go. Sure. Good thing is that's very beatable. The bad thing is that wasteland. I think I have to deal with this now because it's gonna be like a few turns. I'm gonna ramp, I think, and just like play. If you want to waste me, they can. Like it doesn't make sense to get Cradle when they have a wasteland up. I think I have to take chances here. And just unlock my mana. Sure. The other thing is like at some point I could triple block too if need be. Oh, I think they're gonna hardcast Grief here. Interesting. I think they just lost. Unless I am missing something here. I think you deal with this now. if they draw removal, which is like super awkward. So I think I have to deal with it now. The game's probably over. I think we're just actually just not do that. Yeah. All right. That's it. Yeah. I went through it kind of quickly there, but I think the bigger point is just like how do we lose this game? I think we lose this game because they top deck the dismember, and then we just like have control there. I think the other big takeaway about the game is because they were able to turn two us with the troll. We had to deviate the macro game plan and essentially take risks to get back into the game because when we're behind on board, I don't think we could just keep um, Reclaimer up every turn, knowing that they're a Wasteland deck too. So I just ramped and just like shield down for a few turns because I was playing the speed in my head, and I was and just figured I don't think we can get back into the game if we play defensively. So I had to take some chances and hope to fade a couple of top decks, and only when it was safe then I can shield up again if that makes sense. I think that was actually a good game of like, or a good example of just like deviating from the macro game plan or the general heuristic of, leaving Reclaimer up. I think because we had turn two Reclaimer, but that was too slow in this instance. We had to deviate from that. Like I said, just ramp and deal with the troll, which we can, but uh, not while simultaneously be guarding against the reanimator plan, right? Like they were kind of all not all in, but like mostly in on the troll, and I think we just live with the top deck what they need, right? Still kicking myself for the other loss earlier, but I think the lesson learned is maybe I want the Spirit Guide instead of the Chrome Mox. The other thing that does is it's an extra green card that can pitch to Endurance game one. It can be found on Once Upon a Time. It's like very good against these Stompy shells. So maybe that's the change I make. Maybe Boris Initiative? No, Painter. It looks like Strawberry Shortcake. This matchup is like okay. White is hard because it forces me to keep in Cradle, which I don't really want to. Otherwise, I would just like board out Cradle and dare them to be an Atraxa, which generally speaking, these mono red decks cannot. Ooh, all right. So there looks like they're all in on the painter plan. Um, the question here is like, do I want? I think I play the second reclaimer here. They furious here. They can only take. I guess we lose, right? They furious, so maybe that's moot point. Oh, we don't lose, but we're not in good shape. We have the endurance to buy like a turn. Sure. Uh, I don't think we can play around anything at this point. We're just all in. There's an argument to be made for attacking with a reclaimer in case they for the extra damage, but I think the reclaimer activation is probably worth more than extra point of damage. Or I guess there would be a few points of damage. So they hit that right now, sure. It's crazy they have the soul guy too here. That's kind of nuts. In theory, could get a needle, so I just better do it. Thanks. I think we lost. So they're gonna have one. Let me see. They can just kill us regardless. Natural grindstone and natural lantern is kind of nuts in a deck that only plays like. Well, this version probably plays more grindstone, but we're just freaking dead. Unless, I mean, you have to assume they know what they're doing. They're gonna mill us here, and then eat our library. Yeah, we're just dead. That's kind of unfortunate. All right. How do I want to play this? It's been a minute since I played against this deck. I forgot how to board. Hmm. Spirit Guy, is that good in this matchup? I feel like it's not because there's so much removal. The speed doesn't really matter. Snuff out like 2 is probably okay. I actually don't like Gris in this matchup because they tend to like go wide. Actually, Chrome Mox should probably come out too. Oops. Let's do this. The reason why Chrome Mox is not good in this matchup is because your collective oof is turning it off, and it tends to get grindy. They have like a lot of removal. This has not done anything so far. Granted, we didn't really play against any Stompy decks. Sure. They moon us, we are probably not in great shape. Well, odds deck has Pyrokinesis on the other side. It's probably a reasonable chance. They usually play Fury, but there's like a reasonable chance, like I said. We have like technically the turn to Atraxa, but I'm not sure that we're supposed to like try to play around that. Or try to oops. The game plan here is probably just interesting. So the question here is like definitely play cancel. Let me see. Do we care about the reclaimer in this case? Probably not. I think the ramp may be more important. It comes up every few games, but get out a turn earlier. Get the snuff out. Get the cradle. Probably the collector oof. Done. And pass, I guess. Before they can sweep. We have a second one. Otherwise, I would have main phased it. Sure. Possible as was just waiting to have lethal, right? But that's neither here nor there. Granted, I had double protection, right? Because I went for the like I was able to play through Red Blast as a result of getting the attraction. So actually, I take that back. That's probably worth it. We pitched to get Atraxa a turn earlier, a Reclaimer and a Hierarch. Now that would power out the Cradle, but I think in the grand scheme of things, the extra protection may just probably be worth it. How is our opponent targeting here? Um, is the snuff out worth the artisan? Probably. Our fetch line would win here. Okay. Do we want to change anything about how we would? They're like very combo heavy. This version it seems. Um, Snuff out's probably very good the way our opponent is playing. Which means mortuary is probably less good here. I hate clicking lands though. Pick your poison's probably fine. I think I almost want. Well, the problem is like now they know about snuff out. They made name black, so maybe three is okay. This is like game. This is sub game of cat and mouse, right? Like whether they're gonna game black or not. Maybe three is okay. I try to put myself in my opponent's position, how they're gonna board, and I suspect or how they're gonna play next. I think they're gonna name black now, but we'll see. It's reasonable enough. I don't think we want to get mooned out of the game here. Okay, we're definitely getting collective now. They're probably name black. Yeah. So our hunch was correct. Black Snowfound is shut off, so I think we can safely just fetch big. Well, let's see. If we get body, we can still threaten it. It's already shut off. We can't really kill this now the rest of the game. So yeah, let's get the basic. There's a game of cat and mouse here. Do I get an artisan and make them waste it or not? I think we get an artisan and then see what they do. Sure. They're gonna make a huge construct, unfortunately. That's one, two, three, four, five. We're gonna be on the natural order plan pretty soon. They have another one? Are you kidding me? Jeez. Maybe they're bluffing, I don't know. Oh, I see. They're gonna make the saga. It's pretty heads up play. Well, I guess that's normal. The saga's gonna hit really hard right now. It's one, two, three, four, five. These greedy mana bases though. Oh, no, I take that back. They just have it all. This is like nothing, literally nothing we can do about this too, right? Okay, what to do? I don't think I'm beating that, right? Like double swords and like what the heck? This even beats Guy's Blessing. That's crazy. All right, we're just dead. Unfortunate. Not sure. I don't think there's anything I could really done about this. It is what it is. This even beats Guy's Blessing here. How do we lose game one? feel like they just had fast combo as well, but I could be wrong. Unfortunate. Yeah, so we got like both parts again, and then we like play defense, but then they had the removal. Not to mention they even have the soul guide, so like we can't even buy a turn. Okay, I actually, you know what's interesting? I just thought of. It just occurred to me. If they're gonna name Black, Force of Despair actually would have been interesting to board in against our opponent here. Um, that's kind of funny actually, right? Because they're gonna play right into our hands. We're gonna force, and then we gotta pitch whatever we want, which is kind of funny. So we can like even swap the snuff outs for the Force of Despair. Granted, if yeah, maybe that's too cute. Okay. Anyways, anybody have any questions for me? I think the real takeaway was kind of feels like the Chrome Mox should be either another land or the second Spirit Guide. But aside from that, I think the list ran fine. Pilot error here in in the third match. Didn't play particularly well, and then got punished. All right, this was a very long stream, unfortunately. Like that lands match was like an hour long. Who should we raid here? Anybody have any questions about the list or no? If not, I think the stream went well. We got our opponent drew pretty well in the last match, games 1 and 3. I don't think there's anything we really could have done about it. Their hand even beats like Guy's Blessing, so it is what it is. Both games actually. Uh, let's go ahead and rate Garrick Relentless. I guess if there's no questions, and then we threw one of our Delver games, but we also learned something. I think the Chromox. I was already kind of wishy-washy on it. I think the way our deck is constructed, losing a card like hurts a lot. So either another land or another Spirit Guy. I'd have to. I'll probably just play another Spirit Guy and just see how it feels. Granted, the game against Delver, maybe we win if I played better, right? Like even with the spirit with the mock, but in general, the mock just felt worse than a spirit guide because spirit guide being a creature would have been relevant a few times. All right. Anyways, let's raid. All right. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight.